This is the Texaco Star Academic Challenge, top flight competition between teams from Houston-area high schools. Now, here's the woman with the questions, Donna Rush.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. Today is our final game in the semifinals match. Today's winner will go on to play for the championship. Let's meet our two teams. We have Clear Brook versus St. John's today. Before we begin our warm-up round, we want to remind you, mostly all of you at home, because I know that you know the rules by now, but this sound signals that an answer is correct. This one is incorrect. And this will signal the end of a quarter or the end of the game. Also want to remind you, wait till you are recognized by the judge before answering a question. Let's begin our warm-up round with a 5-point question. Florida is the Sunshine State. The heart of Dixie is the nickname of what state?
Clear Brook, Chris.
Alabama.
Alabama is right. Here's a 10-point question for you. What was the second city destroyed by an atomic bomb?
Clear Brook, Victor.
Nagasaki.
Nagasaki is right. Here's a 5-pointer for you. After nearly 25 centuries, you can still visit the huge earthen burial mound of the thousands of dead from what 490 BC battle between Greeks and Persians?
Clear Brook, Chris.
Marathon.
The Marathon battle is right. Here's a 10-pointer for you. In which century did English-born astronomer and mathematician Edmund Halley predict that the great comet he observed would reappear?
St. John's, Kellen.
The 17th.
17th century, 76 years later. Here's a visual for you, so please take a look at your monitor in the studio of Houston's 2. These bird dogs have been trained to indicate to its master.
St. John's, Kellen.
Retrievers.
I'll complete the question for Clear Brook. Have been trained to indicate to its master when it has spotted game. They're nearly 2 feet tall and weigh 35 to 55 pounds.
Clear Brook, Chris.
Irish setters.
Name the 2 breeds. Irish is one, English setter is the other. Here's a 10-pointer for you. Which member of Bill Clinton's cabinet shares the last name of a famous Sinclair Lewis character?
Clear Brook, Victor.
Bruce Babbitt.
Correct, Bruce Babbitt. Here's a 5-pointer for you. The outermost shell of each noble gas consists of 8 electrons, except for which one?
Clear Brook, Victor.
Except for helium.
It has only 2, correct. Here's a 10-pointer for you. California's enormous Central Valley runs half the distance of the state. It's divided into 2 valleys, each named for its dominant river. One runs south from San Francisco Bay, while the other runs north to the same place. Name either one of these 2 major...
Clear Brook, Victor.
San Joaquin.
San Joaquin and Sacramento is the other major valley. Here's a 5-pointer for you. A periodic phenomenon known as antigenic shift has caused pandemics of this disease in 1918, 1957, and 1958, known respectively as the Spanish, Asian, and Hong Kong's what?
St. John's, Ted.
Influenza.
Flu. Technical term for flu, correct. Here's a 5-pointer for you, and it's a musical, so listen carefully. Name this singer. Blinded by glaucoma at age 6, the Grammy winner remembers his mother's advice. Just because you've lost your eyesight, you're not stupid.
St. John's, Kellen.
Stevie Wonder.
Answer Clear Brook.
Clear Brook, Danny.
Ray Charles.
Ray Charles. That is correct. Here's a 5-pointer for you. Of what fabric is the rabbit in the children's book by Mary?
St. John's, Ted.
Velveteen.
Velveteen by Mary Rogers. Here's a 10-pointer for you. A chronic disease is one of long duration. What word describes the disease?
Clear Brook, Victor.
Acute.
Acute, a disease that lasts a short time and comes on rapidly. Here's a 10-pointer for you. What comes 9 days after the Jewish New Year?
Clear Brook, Chris.
Rosh Hashanah.
Answer St. John's.
St. John's, Ryan.
Yom Kippur.
Correct, or Day of Atonement. Here's a 10-pointer for you. The demonstration of this type of behavior in a society usually brings negative sanctions. It is disapproved of by the majority of society and exceeds that society's limits of tolerance. Examples are drug addiction and armed violence. What do sociologists call this type?
Clear Brook, Chris.
Antisocial behavior.
Call this type of behavior.
St. John's, Kellen.
Rebellious behavior.
Social deviance is what we're looking for. Here's a 10-point for you, and it's a visual, so please take a look at your monitor in the studio of Houston's 2. This disaster is the result of excessive ground eater withdrawal, such as...
It's water withdrawal. Clear Brook, Victor, sinkhole.
Very good. It's a sinkhole. That's what the crater is called. Here's a 5-pointer. Which word is the antonym of disparage?
Clear Brook, Victor, encourage.
Here are the words: belittle, entice, extol, empathize, or entertain.
St. John's, Ryan, extol.
Extol is correct. And that marks the end of our warm-up round. Stay with us and we'll take a look at that scoreboard on the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. To the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. Heading into the bonus round, let's take a look at that scoreboard. Right now, it's Clear Brook with 70 points and St. John's at 35. We're about to enter the bonus round, but before we do, we want to introduce our players to you. First, we'll begin with St. John's School. The captain is Anna Preby. She is a senior and a National Merit semifinalist. She spent the summer in Poland. Talon Bennett is a senior. He's a National Merit semifinalist and an all-conference guard on the varsity football team. Ted Calvin is a senior. He is a National Merit semifinalist, the yearbook editor, and an Eagle Scout. Ryan Bergsticker is a junior. He's on the varsity volleyball team, and he won an all-expense-paid trip to Germany. The alternates are Jennifer Feather and Nicholas Bailey. The coaches are Alice Nelson and Kim Jones. That is the team from St. John's School. Our other team is Clear Brook, and it's an all-senior team. The captain is Chris Gray. He is president of the orchestra, vice president of the orchestra, and member of the Houston Youth Symphony, and a National Merit finalist. Danny Sateja is a member of the Latin Club. He is also a member of the Junior Classical League. William Saunders is a National Merit semifinalist. He's a cellist in the orchestra and a member of the Latin Club. Rounding out the team is Victor Rosales. He's treasurer of the Spanish Society and a National Merit semifinalist. The alternates are Jamil Orr and Debbie Saha. The coaches are Karen Mayo Albrecht and Lee Yeager. That is the team from Clear Brook High School. Now we'd like to introduce our judges to you as well. We have Professor Tom Hudson with the Department of Physics at the University of Houston, and Mike Mastandria, Executive Director of Score Unlimited. Now we're about to begin our bonus round. How this works: the first team to properly answer a toss-up question then has the opportunity to answer some bonus questions worth up to 50 points. Here's your first toss-up question worth 10 points. What 8-letter word describes the role Ross Perot expects his United We Stand America group to play in national politics?
Clear Brook, Danny.
Watchdog?
Watchdog is right. Your bonus is in classical music. Niccolò Paganini was the composer of a virtuoso violin piece that moves at an almost impossibly fast tempo. It is often played as an encore by concert violinists. Moto Perpetua is its title in Italian. Give me the title in English.
Perpetual motion.
For 10 points. Berlioz, Giroud,
Gounod.
thank you, Gounod, Tchaikovsky, and Prokofiev all composed works inspired by which Shakespearean play?
Romeo and Juliet?
Right, for 15 points. Among his last compositions were Fantasy in F minor and Polonaise Fantasy. Name the composer.
Chopin?
Correct. Debussy wrote the music for a ballet which involved several nymphs and a rural deity having the body of a man and the horns and ears of a goat. Name this composition.
The Afternoon of a Faun?
Correct, for 50 points. Congratulations to Clear Brook on a job well done. We'll now go to another toss-up question worth 10 points. Dr. Samuel Johnson defined a lexicographer as a writer of dictionaries, a harmless drudge. In which work did he write this?
Clear Brook, Chris.
The Dictionary of the English Language?
His dictionary, that is correct. So now you have the opportunity to play for bonus questions in the category of missionary. For 5 points. In the 6th century BC, he sent monks to spread his teachings throughout India.
Buddha?
Your answer?
Buddha?
Correct, for 10 points. After the Queen of the South Seas Island expelled French missionaries, France took over the island.
French Polynesia?
This is for Tahiti on that one. Let's go to another toss-up question. For 10 points, what is the name for special machines used to remove pleasure deposits by dragging riverbeds or the ocean floor?
Clear Brook, Chris.
Dredgers.
Dredges is correct. Here's a toss-up for you now in American literature for 5 points. In Laura Ingalls Wilder's book, On the Banks of Plum Creek, it is in this type of home that the Ingalls family lived. Common among prairie settlers, these homes were created because there were no forests on the western plains. Identify this type of home made from strips of grass-laden dirt.
A mud cabin.
Sod houses are what they are called. Let's go to another toss-up question. Here's the music for you. It was close. Here's the music, and it's worth 5 points, so listen carefully. Theodore Roosevelt used what song as his campaign theme song?
Clear Brook, Chris.
I've got tears in my ears from laying in my bed crying all night over you.
Not quite. A chance for St. John. Any guesses on that one? A hot time in the old town tonight is what we're looking for. No crying. All right, here's a 10-pointer. Though low in calories, carrots contain more sugar than any other vegetable except what?
Clear Brook, Chris.
Beets.
Beets is correct. Your bonus is in starts with T. Here's a 5-pointer. What two-pronged instrument is used in judging pitch frequency?
A tuning fork.
Tuning fork is correct. For 10 points. The only radioactive form of hydrogen, it's used as a constituent for the hydrogen bomb.
Tritium.
That is correct. It's the lowest region of Hades where Kronos and the Titans were imprisoned.
Tartarus.
Correct. And for 20 points, what's the medical term for an abnormally fast heartbeat?
Tachycardia.
Close. Tachycardia is what we're looking for. And that marks the end of our bonus round. Stay with us when we come back to take a look at that scoreboard. Plus, we'll begin our 60-second round. At that time, students will have the opportunity to choose from these 4 categories: U.S. Geography, U.S. History, U.S. Government, and U.S. Writers on the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. Welcome back to the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. Let's take a look at that scoreboard. Right now, it's Clear Brook with 195. It's St. John's 35. Clear Brook doing well in that bonus round, but only half the game is over. We still have half to go. Before we begin the 60-second round, we want to let you know that the questions for this game are written by Questions Unlimited of Columbus, Ohio. We're going to begin with St. John's and allow you to choose a category first. What will it be? U.S. History. For U.S. History, there are no directions, so we will simply say, judges, start the clock. What was the job of Rosie, the typical World War II working woman?
Riveter.
Identify any year during the term of President John Adams.
1798.
On April 17th, 1961, where did the 2506 Brigade land?
Cuba.
2 presidents have had the first name of Franklin. Name them.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt and Franklin Pierce.
How did the colonists solve a labor shortage in the tobacco fields?
Slaves.
Name the first American to be named Man of the Year by Time magazine. The year was 1927.
Pass.
James Doolittle led a raid on what city only 19 days after the bombing of Pearl Harbor?
Tokyo.
Who chose the site of the White House?
Washington.
What ousted general was succeeded by Matthew Bunker Ridgway?
Pass.
Time was up.
All
7
right.
out of 9. 70
points for St. John's. Now, Clear Brook has the opportunity to answer 2 questions. Name the first American to be named Man of the Year by Time magazine. The year was 1927.
Charles Lindbergh.
Correct. He flew across the Atlantic. What ousted general was succeeded by Matthew Bunker Ridgway?
George Washington.
Douglas MacArthur was the answer to that one. But now, you did get 10 extra points on that one. And Clear Brook, would you like to choose a category now, please?
Writers. U.S. writers.
All right. In writers, your directions: provide the middle name that each U.S. writer is more commonly known by. Judges, start the clock. Alfred Kilmer,
Joyce.
Frederick Nash,
Thomas.
Alfred Runyon,
Damon.
Harold Crane,
Stephen.
John Crichton,
Pass.
Newton Tarkington,
Butch.
Nellie Lee,
Robert.
Harry Lewis,
Sinclair.
James Hughes,
Langston.
Lyman Baum.
Frank.
That is correct.
50
50
points.
points for Clear Brook, but now St. John's has an opportunity to pick up 60 extra as well. The more commonly known name, St. John's, for Frederick Nash.
Ogden Nash.
Ogden Nash is correct. Harold Crane.
John.
The answer is Hart. John Crichton.
Michael.
Correct. Newton Tarkington.
Booth.
Correct. And Nell Lee.
Harper.
Correct. So picking up 40 points for that one. Congratulations. Both teams doing very well in that round, but stay with us. When we come back on the Texaco Star Academic Challenge, we'll begin that Stump the Experts round. The questions get even more difficult, but they're worth more points, so stay with us. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. We're about to head into our fourth round in this final game of the semifinals. Right now it stands Clear Brook 255 and St. John's at 145. But in this next segment, the questions are worth even more points, so teams can really rack up some points here, 15 and 20 points respectively. Let's begin our Stump the Experts round with the 15-point visual. So please take a look at your monitor in the studio of Houston's 2. After the Prom is the title of this slice of American life.
Clear Brook, Victor. Norman Rockwell.
That is the artist. Here's a 15-pointer, and you'll want to use your pencils on this one. The sum of two positive numbers is 22. Find the numbers if the sum of their squares is a minimum.
Clear Brook, Victor. 11 and 11.
Correct. Here's a 20-pointer. In what counties would you find Disneyland and Walt Disney World?
Clear Brook, Chris.
Orange County and Kissimmee County.
Chance for St. John's?
St. John's, Kellen.
Kissimmee County.
Actually, it's Orange County for both. There's Orange County in both states. For 20 points. The king of which city joined his people in repenting by fasting, laying down his robe, covering himself with sackcloth, and sitting in ashes?
Clear Brook, Chris.
Nineveh.
Correct, Nineveh. Here's a 15-pointer for you. Microorganisms, viruses, and toxins are all disease-causing agents, also known as what?
Clear Brook, Victor. Pathogens.
Pathogens is right. Here's a 20-pointer for you, and it's a music question, so listen carefully. Listen to this 20th century ballet selection and name its composer.
Clear Brook, Chris.
Aaron Copeland.
Chance for St. John's. Looking for Igor Stravinsky. Now, this is a four-part question. You may want to use your pencils for this. It's worth 20 points. I will define 4 words. Each uses the same letters the same number of times, but in different arrangements. Identify all 4 words. Felines, begone, get out, persons in a play, divisions of a play.
Clear Brook, William.
Cats, scat, cast, and axe.
Very good. Worth 20 points. Here is a 15-pointer. On a sailboat, a sheet is not something you make a bed with.
St. John's, Ryan.
It's a rope used for trimming the sail.
That is correct. A rope or a line. Here's a 20-point question for you. One American folk singer and composer is best known for his Dust Bowl ballads. which came out of the anguish and poverty of the Great Depression of the 1930s? Can you name?
Clear Brook, Chris.
Woody Guthrie.
Woody Guthrie, that is correct. Here's a 15-point question for you. A large crater formed by the collapse of a volcanic cone is called what?
Clear Brook, Victor.
Cinder cone.
Chance for St. John's. It's a caldera. Here's a 20-point visual. Take a look at your monitor in the studio of Houston's 2. He is considered a forerunner of surrealism, although...
St. John's, Ryan. Clear Brook, Danny.
Looking for Paul Klee. Here's a 20-point question. The #1 fugitive was arrested in Italy after 23 years as dictator of the Mafia's criminal empire while in hiding. Mafia defectors say he is the head of which crime family?
Clear Brook, Chris.
The Gambino crime family.
I'll finish the question for St. John's. The family is real, not fictional, and is considered Sicily's most powerful mafia clan.
St. John's, Tellin.
Scorzini.
Corleone family. Here's a 20-pointer for you. When King Pyrrhus scored his famed Pyrrhic victory, who was defeated?
Clear Brook, Victor.
The Persians.
Chance for St. John's.
St. John's, Anna.
The Romans.
Rome is correct. The Jacobean period of art and literature corresponds to the reign of what monarch?
Clear Brook, Danny.
King James I.
Correct. That was worth 15 points. Here's another 15-pointer for you. Consider this passage. Children begin by loving their parents. After a time, they judge them. Rarely, if ever, do they forgive them. This is an excerpt from whose...
St. John's, Tellin.
Freud.
From whose 1893 play, A Woman of No Importance?
Clear Brook, Chris.
Shaw.
Oscar Wilde. Here's another 20-pointer for you, and it's a music, so listen carefully. Listen to this excerpt from a Symphony No. 8 and identify its Czech composer.
Clear Brook, Chris.
Dvorak.
Correct, Dvorak. Here's a 20-point question for you. The process by which a young animal learns to recognize its mother and others of its own species.
St. John's, Anna.
Imprinting.
Right, it is called imprinting. Here's a 15-point question. Upon the death of this president, rumors flew that his first lady had poisoned him. Who was he?
Clear Brook, Victor.
Harrison.
Chance for St. John's.
St. John's, Ryan.
Garfield.
Actually, it was Warren Harding. Here's a 15-point question for you. What private university is New Orleans' oldest institution?
Clear Brook, Victor.
Tulane.
Correct, of higher learning, Tulane. Here's a 15-pointer for you. What type of molecule consisting of an immensely long chain has a name derived from the Greek?
St. John's, Ted.
Polymer.
Polymer, Greek for many parts. Here's a 20-point question. What sister of the Roman Emperor Augustus was the second wife of Mark Antony?
St. John's, Anna.
Octavia.
Octavia is right. Here's another 20-pointer for you. When heroin addicts seek to kick the habit, there's a drug administered to them. It is used as a...
St. John's, Ryan.
Morphine.
It's used as a substitute for heroin, easing withdrawal symptoms. What drug is this?
Clear Brook, Victor.
Cocaine.
Actually, it's methadone. Methadone. Here's a 20-pointer for you. From the French word for comb, it's a loose-fitting dressing gown. What's the word?
St. John's, Ryan.
Pignon.
I'll take it.
Pinois, I believe is the correct pronunciation. For 15 points. Which type of rock contains kerogen, which yields oil when heated?
Clear Brook, Chris.
Shale.
Shale is right. Here's another 15-pointer for you. Name any two of the four mendicant monastic orders.
St. John's, Tellin.
The Dominicans and the Franciscans.
Correct.
Less than 2 minutes.
Also the Carmelite and an Augustinian. Here's a 20-pointer for you. Now, when you use your pencils. If y equals 4 times the tangent of 5x, find the derivative of y with respect to x.
St. John's, Tellin.
20 secant 5x.
Chance for Clear Brook.
Clear Brook, Chris.
20 secant squared 5x.
That's correct. Leave that square in there. Here's a 20-pointer for you. Headquartered in the Bronx. Its ads say it's the Jesuit University of New York City.
Clear Brook, Chris.
Fordham.
Fordham is right. Here's a 20-pointer for you. An object with a mass of 4 kilograms, I'm going to use your pencil again, is moving in a circle with a diameter of 2 meters with an angular velocity of 3 radians per second. Find the centripetal force. We're looking. Okay, 36 newtons or kilogram meters per second squared. Here's a 20-pointer for you. For what craft or skill is Hester Preen noted?
And Clear Brook, Chris.
Embroidery.
That is correct, in our town where she lives, for 15 points. After the flood was over, Noah disgraced himself by doing what?
Clear Brook, Chris.
He killed the wrong kind of animal when he gave a sacrifice.
Chance for St. John?
St. John's Anna.
Divorcing his wife.
He actually became drunk. For 15 points. Write down the names of these deep thinkers. Confucius, Plato, Solomon, Marcus. That marks the end of the game. Is the score correct, judges? The score is correct, and that means that Clear Brook will be going on to the finals, but both teams doing a very good job. Congratulations to both. That means that Clear Brook next week will be playing Langham Creek for the finals. So join us next week on the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. We'll see you then. Have a great weekend.